Hi, this is Jessica Pilgrim from the blog Mrs. Pilgrim's English Classroom, and today I'm going to show you how to use PicLits for your classroom. So right now you can see I'm on the PicLits homepage. PicLits being a combination of pictures and literature to inspire your writing. And the first thing you'll notice when you go to PicLits.com is that there is a wide selection up here of pictures to choose from. I'm going to click on a few just so you can kind of see. Their selection of pictures changes daily. They always keep some of the same ones, but then they rotate some of the other ones, so there's always a different selection. Like this is obviously a seasonal one here with the groundhog. And there's a little bit of something for everybody. Like they're very visually stunning, but they have a wide range of subject matter so that I know that both girls and boys are going to like the picture, as well as a variety of student interests here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select a picture like this one here, and I'm going to show you how you can use PicLits as an assignment in your class. So PicLits really gives you two options. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit so you can see. There's this drag and drop option, and then there's also a freestyle option. So I'm going to click on the freestyle option just to show you. It's pretty straightforward. What you do for the freestyle option is down here in this text box, you simply type in the text that you want to appear on this image, and it does give you a few ideas over here to the side of different words you could use to describe. For example, in the sky, above the city, blue and light, discover, and imagine. Okay, so I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but you can see then here that what I typed into the text box is showing up on top of the image. And if I want it lower, I would just click enter down here in the text box, and it moves the text further down the image. If I find that I need more words and I'm stuck and I have a little bit of writer's block, I can click on more keywords, and more of them will show up in a pop-up box over here, and it gives a list of nouns, adjectives, adverbs, which is one thing I like. Is it's very difficult sometimes to come up with creative and interesting grammar lessons that will inspire your students, but here in PicLits you have creative writing combined with grammar. I'm going to close out of that box for now, and I'm going to go back to the drag and drop option to show you how that works. And essentially what you're going to do is you are going to look then, and I'm just scrolling down here a little bit, at a list of words that are given to you, and they're divided into nouns, adjectives, adverbs, verbs, and then universal words that we have here. So like prepositions and that sort of thing. So what you do is you literally just click on a word and you drag it and you drop it onto the image. And then it gives you some options, like if you want to vary the part of speech, instead of bold you want bolder or boldest, or if you want it to be capitalized because it's the beginning of a word, you could do that as well. So I'm just going to choose a few words and just show you how to drag and drop. These words aren't really going to make any sense, but it shows you how easy it is to just drag and drop these words on here. Now the nice thing about the drag and drop option is it would come in really handy if you wanted your students to do like concrete poetry, just because you're able to have them arrange the words in a particular shape. Here's another image I'm going to use. I'm going to show you how I use PicLits in my classroom. What I do is I choose some of the really good adjectives and adverbs, and I drag those onto the image. So I'm going to show you that real quick. So what I did was I took 6 adjectives and lined them up over here on the left side of the page, and then I took 6 adverbs and lined them up on this side of the picture. What I would do then is I would print this in color and laminate it, and then I would pass these out to students randomly or have them select the image that speaks to them, and I would have them do a quick write using 5 of the adjectives and 5 of the adverbs here on this image. And I would intentionally pick some that I knew students would be unfamiliar with to help expand their vocabulary. For example, most of my freshmen probably know the words bizarre or deep, but maybe buoyant they might not know or might not be used to using very often. So this would help improve their vocabulary vocabulary, as well as be a quick write assignment, and as well as being sort of a brush up on adjectives and adverbs. This is also a great activity for days when we have shortened class periods. If I just need a quick 20 or 30-minute activity, I will set these down at desks, and when students walk into the room, I'll tell them to just sit at a desk that has an image that interests them, and then that will be the topic that they write about for that class period. This would also be a great bell ringer activity to put these into a PowerPoint and then to project an image up on the screen at the beginning of class and have students respond to the image using words that they have on the image here in order to do a quick write at the beginning of class or a journal entry. If you have access to computers, if you're a one-to-one school district, or if you can get into the computer lab, this is also a great activity when it comes to having student-centered activities, differentiation. I mean, it doesn't get much more differentiated than this. If you let students choose their image and then choose the words, that's definitely differentiated. And it should be interesting to the students because they have a little bit more control over what image they're choosing or what sort of words they're choosing then for their image. If you click up here on the Learn It tab, you'll also see that PicLits does have some lessons for you on creative writing. You could do a Write It, a Rhyme It, or a Master It. And if you click on Master It, there are lesson plans here. Teaching types of poetry, teaching how to read a poem, teaching figurative language. So there's a lot of resources available for you here. If you click on the Frequently Asked Questions tab, there's a lot of great information there too. I'm going to scroll about halfway down the page because one thing that I found particularly useful was this: what are the different types of PicLits? And it just gives you examples of different ways to use PicLits in your curriculum, different units you can use to teach. And finally, I recommend you click on the Our Vision tab because it's very interesting to see sort of their vision of where they'd like to go with this website. Developing a premium account where you could upload your own photos, you could tag by category, age, or other tags here. The idea of having sort of a contest down here for students to compete in, being able to print or share directly from the image, and also even the idea of having PicLits in Spanish. So there's a lot of different things that they're considering adding as they expand this website. So I'm very excited to see what happens with PicLits and where it ends up going. And finally, I'm going to show you how to print or save your PicLits because you're probably wondering how exactly you save the finished product. Well, if you don't want to create an account, the easiest thing to do is to do a screenshot of the image. I like to use Awesome Screenshot. I'm hovering over here over it. It's a Google Chrome extension. So you click on it, and then you have some options if you just want to capture the visible part of the page, a selected area, the entire page. I usually capture the visible part of the page. Let's see, it'll come up here in a second. It's processing that image. And then here you can click on crop, and you can just crop the picture itself. And then crop, and then done. And then you can save it somewhere in your computer. To me, that's the easiest way to save a PicLit if you do not want your students creating individual accounts. And that's it for today. Hopefully you found this post very informational and helpful. If you are interested in more information, please follow my blog at pilgreenenglish.blogspot.com. Thanks and happy teaching.